आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमेन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदं माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory organs, motor organs, and the life force become efficient and powerful. All is verily the one without second, conscious and blissful existence. May this existence shine forth in me. May I never reject this truth of supreme oneness. May this truth never reject me either. May all the virtues needed to experience this truth in life be with me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Our ego is the bondage. Let us imagine the ego as a doll of salt. Jumping in the ocean of existence, consciousness, bliss. In spite of resistance, this doll dissolves gradually. But completely. blockages are gone. There is no birth, no death. Unbroken, conscious stream of bliss. That is what I am. No desires left. So no tormentation. No limitation. Om. Peace, peace, peace. So friends, let us begin the today's discussion of this great text of devotion with our regular prayers. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditarata Shyartheshvabhinyaswarat Tene brahmhridaya adikavaye Muhyanti yat surayah Tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo Yatra trisargo mrisha Dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. This prayer, friends, is very important, and it is not for nothing that we invoke it in the beginning of every class. It is not just because let's have some auspicious beginning and let us say something nice in the beginning. No, this invocation has a deeper meaning, that it inspires our heart, directs our heart to the truth. Otherwise it is scattered, not aware of what the scripture class is for. This verse makes it aware that what we are coming here for, what is the purpose? It is to feel that God alone is real, and that is my true nature as well. There is nothing like I apart from God. And that God is beyond all changes. The changes that we see is only an appearance without having any effect on the divine background of it, as it were. So, to remember this, we recite this verse in the beginning of every single class, and that is to be remembered that we are seeing the 27th chapter of this third volume, where there is this Kapila, the God incarnate, is having a dialogue with his mother, who is asking him the questions about liberation. So, this part, as you can see in other places also, we have seen in this study of Bhagavatam. Today is 58th class, and so we have been seeing in every class that there is a wonderful harmony, a combination of what is called knowledge and devotion. And there is some, I don't know where from, but a misunderstanding that the two, they are different. They are different only in emphasis. Actually, there is no difference between them. Both are needed. Both actually guide us to the destination. It is like your car has to have the engine and also has to have the directing and controlling mechanism like a steering wheel, the brakes and so forth. So all those are necessary. You can't say, no, my car I will have only the engine and no other, no steering, no controlling mechanism, no brakes. Naomi, will you go in that car? No. And then my car should have the engine, no doubt, only the controlling mechanism, only a steering, or that car will not move, it will not be a car. So this knowledge and devotion both have their function in spiritual life. This must be properly understood. Without that, the spiritual life, friends, does not become successful. So we have been seeing here that Kapila is telling mother that there is surely a way to go beyond this seemingly impossible to break bondage. It is seemingly impossible to break, but it is not impossible if we apply the proper means. It will break. The point is to apply the proper means. There is this lecture of Vivekananda that I quote many times in this context, that it is the means have to be joined with the ends. And that is where we falter, and that is why we don't get the goal, and then we get frustrated, nothing is happening. I have been coming to Vedanta for so many years and nothing has happened. No, things will happen if you properly connect the end and the means. And then you have to give the proper time for it. It is, if you don't give proper time, then even though you have put the means together, do you get it as a that you have to say, if you put rice to cook, rice, you ask what is to be put? Rice and water, and put it on fire. And then you put it for 20 seconds, it will not get cooked, you know. It has to be given the right time to cook. All these things need to be properly combined without getting, perturbed, excited, and feeling, no, this is not going to happen in my case. One must patiently do the practice. So, Kapila says that one must cultivate purity of body and mind. Cultivating purity of body and mind. This is a very important aspect and can never be, you can never emphasize it. It is to be one of the, very important things to be done. And body, mind, we should know what makes it impure. Purification means actually, first you should stop making things impure there. What makes it impure? That mind becomes impure by desires of enjoyment. Desires of enjoyment, what does they do? They pull your mind away from the truth and joy also. Thus you get entangled. They are traps which show you the bait, the bait. And then one rushes towards that and gets caught. And that is the impurity of mind, the desires to enjoy things outside. Actually, all joy is within, but the desires draw you out. Mm. And thus the mind gets polluted, and that is the impurity of the mind. This tendency to run after the objects, so-called objects of enjoyment. They are actually objects of getting trapped into. They are not at all objects of enjoyment. They are objects of they are the objects where you get into the that torture cell, that you get caught in that object and then get tortured by it, for how long, who knows. So it is, so that is what makes the mind impure. Don't go to that, don't make it impure. And what makes the body impure? Well, acting on those desires make the body impure. It is the mind brings it, and then the body runs actually. Body actually works to get those objects of enjoyment. Thus, body gets impure by that. So that is how the body and mind and body, they get impure. And then so go in the reverse way to purify it. Don't go in that direction, and then it becomes pure by knowledge and devotion. Knowledge means that God, who is my true self, that alone is real. The knowledge has this secondary way of putting this idea of cultivating knowledge is, we saw it especially in the last Bhagavatam class, that to discern between what is temporary and what is permanent. That which is born will have to go. It is impermanent and therefore unreal. That is unreal. What comes has to go. So that is unreal. This is how we must understand. There are so many people, they are very big scholars. They keep on saying that it is unreal. How do you, it is impermanent. You can say it is impermanent. But why do you call it unreal? The unreal is of two types. That which is a verbal contradiction, like oxymoron, they say, that it is a contradiction of words. They cannot be combined. So it is, you don't see that son of a barren woman. That is a common example given in Vedanta, that if there is a son or a daughter, a progeny, then that is not a barren woman. So if not, that it is the two words cannot be combined, son of a barren woman. So they are, that is an unreal. It is so it is verbal contradiction. Then there are the appearances, which are not verbal contradictions, but they are the appearances. And then they appear to be real, like the horizon. One of the daily examples, that you see a line there where this earth and the sky meet. Earth and the sky meet there. And then if you get there, then from the earth you can get into sky. There is the dividing line, as it were. And it doesn't appear to be too far. Our the vision and Earth's radius and all, it appears to be about 3 miles away. Let us go there. In 3 miles we will be in the sky. But there is no such line. It is because of the earth being round, it appears, that's all. It is a visual deception. It is not real. It appears. And then when you go to examine, it is gone. So the things in the world are like that. They appear and disappear. They deceive. It is, for example, we say this Yogatmananda, real. What is real about it? I had some snacks in the afternoon. That was outside earlier. Now that gets called as this. It is what is that I am calling Yogatmananda or anybody calling? It is a phantom. There is nothing like that. It is a deception. So, how do you know it? Because it changes. It is over the years you see the change. Daily also you see the change. So you conclude by that simple logic that which has a birth has to have a death. Even the universe, whole universe, if it has a birth, it has to die. And then we come to, just by observation, we come to another very important conclusion. Think about it, friends. Therefore, that which has a form, and according to the form a name, that is not real. Although it appears, it is not real. So, therefore, the way to purify is cultivate this knowledge. Think about it. Make this a habit of discernment. Habits are like that, the more you cultivate them, the better it is for you. They become then automatic reflexes, as it were. That it is cultivating this habit of discerning as to what is permanent and what is impermanent. So, this habit will direct us to what is real, what is true, that which does not change. This self does not change. That alone, therefore, is real. It was never born. It will never, therefore, die. It has no form. So, therefore, that is real. Other things, like the body, comes and goes. And we all looked very different when we were, say, 10 days old. And we don't look like what we look now. Not at all. So that is the forms change. I do not change. I am the same. This is the cultivation of knowledge. Constantly thinking like this in every experience. Learn to separate the form from the reality. Form from the reality has to be, we have to learn to separate it. We do it all the time. Like you eat a cake, for example. You separate the form from the substance. You do not eat the form, that doesn't interest you. You eat the substance. So you discern that form and then the substance. So, when mind gets into this habit, what will happen is that our that attachment to the forms, which binds us terribly, that will go away. So, do you get it, Juhi? Yeah. So, and then similarly with body, that this habit purifies the mind, and acting on that purifies the body. Devotional practices and devotional feeling in the mind and the devotional actions by the body, that will purify the body. It is not that it is you have to take a shower 3 times a day, and that is okay if you like it. It is good to keep the body clean in a way, but that is the secondary thing. Most important is to have this inner purification of body as well as mind by devotional feelings and devotional physical practices. So that is what purifies the body and mind. Then Kapila tells further that how this devotion is to be cultivated. First, you have to force yourself, put a discipline in place. It is the mind will like to go to other objects of enjoyment, but discipline, put a discipline there. Hear, read, meditate on God. Make a habit that yes, from this time to this time I will meditate on God. Then let that thought of meditation continue. I will read about God. I will read the biographies and teachings of great sages. And that you can see gradually it has an impact on us. To be in the holy company, it has an impact on us. So this is the way one can change our direction of the mind. It is like the direction when it is to be changed. You have to apply a certain force, and thus you can change the direction. That is the Newton's laws of motion, simple physics, friends. So the mind also, it is psychophysics, that mind goes in one direction, and now use your steering of the mind and turn it towards the God. Read about God, think about God, meditate on it, do the prayers, recite that prayers, sing the songs about God. So gradually all these means will bring that devotion in us gradually, but it will bring that in us. So that will develop intense love and longing for God. That intensity of love and longing will go on increasing. That intensity will increase in terms of both love and longing. When you love somebody, then you long to have a meeting with that person. So it is that one lady was telling me that due to this pandemic, I could not go to meet my daughter for such a long time. It is, there is a longing. I have to go and meet my daughter. There is the love. That love translates into longing, taking care. Caring for somebody happens because of that, because of the love. So all these things come in now, not for an outer something. and not something that is connected with this body, but with God, for God. So, then seek knowledge which is of the nature of actual experience. This is the special feature of the religious or spiritual knowledge. It is not the knowledge that gets stuck in the brain. That is not really knowledge at all. It is just some information that is somewhere in some point of the brain. It is there, but it never becomes functional. That is not really knowledge. So the knowledge is that which is experiential, which you are capable of executing in your day-to-day life. That great transcendentalist Thoreau says in his book Walden Pond that a person knows only as much as he or she can execute. Otherwise it is not knowledge. If you cannot execute it, it is futile to think of it as knowledge. So, that knowledge which is of the nature of actual experience, that is to be cultivated. Then seek total absorption in God. Total absorption in God. It is, let this rascal demonic ego be kicked out. And let us not make the mistake of holding on to the ego, saying that I want to get liberated. Well, you are clutching that which binds you and saying that you want to get liberated. If you want to, one man wanted to, he was told that this plant is not good, it is poisonous. But then since he was taking care of that plant for a long time, developed an attachment for it. And so he knew that the plant is to be taken out. So he was seemingly, cutting the plant, means taking the leaves up there, and also would water it. Now how will that plant die? It is Jnaneshwar, the Saint Jnaneshwar has mentioned this. Varvari palavi khudije pari muri udak ghalije. And that means it is on the top is taking out some leaves of that plant, and to the root is giving water. So that our ego is like that. Let us not keep the ego in this way. Let us remember here that is the bondage. So if I remains, that is bondage. This I has to be completely dissolved, gone. I does not get liberated. I being the cause of the bondage, liberation. Got it, Jitendra? Liberation means removal of I, and not making this I nice and beautiful and devoted. That is, but that is not what is going to free us ultimately. This ego has to be destroyed. Let us keep that in mind. Whenever therefore it tries to bring its hood up, hit it. Hey, you should not get like that. I want to destroy you. That's it. So, seek total absorption in God. Total absorption. There is no separation between that. The problems, difficulties of the world cannot affect a person whose mind is always united with God. And then the world changes, it is 2 days back it was quite warm here, and now it is rainy and cold, and it is going to be for this time of the year too cold actually. So what will you do? Well, that is how the weather in New England is. I was reminded of what our senior Swami Sarvagatananda used to say. In the month of May, it may snow, it may not snow. It may rain, it may be dry. It may be hot, it may be cold. Anything may happen in May, therefore the name of the month is May. So, this is our life. Anything may happen. It is all subject to change. You cannot really do anything about that. It is changing thing. It is a flux. So, there will be, since we are having enjoyment, you should expect suffering. Then you will not get bothered by it. The wave rises, has to fall, There is no alternative. It cannot keep on rising and rising till it reaches the skies. It will go up, it will go down. So that is the nature of this world. So you do not get affected by that. The day rises, day ends. Summer gives way to the fall, and then fall enters into winter. Then again there is the spring and summer and all that. The cycle goes on. So you do not get too perturbed about it. Well, that is how things are. So when somebody is friendly to you, very good. But if that person is not very friendly to you, okay, it is changing, These things change, come and go. So it is, one does not get perturbed by that. Never becomes angry. Never becomes perturbed, upset, angry. This is a practice, Whenever the anger starts wailing in us, one should observe it. A wave is rising, smile at it. Smile at that wave of anger. Like a volcano, it's bursting. Remain away. Let the steam come out. All those lava or whatever that comes out. Okay, well, let it subside. It will subside. Don't worry. Don't identify with it. Do not get upset by it. Do not act on it. It is very important, So, thus this person remains calm. It is, and you can see, it is, you don't have need somebody to prove it. It will happen in your own life. As you practice this, you will see that this happens in your life too, Charlie. So it is. So you see that this absorption requires a long time. This dissolving, There is this doll with all the nice frock and hair and a nice pocket book and even a little pet. All that is there, and then is entering into ocean. going in it. So it takes some time, It takes time for all it to dissolve. This Barbie dissolves there. So you can see all dissolved. The shape is still visible, but it is now in the process of dissolution. So it will dissolve like this. And then Kapila says here to the mother that then that dissolution then should not be taken in the sense of time. And this will go on for a long time. But simultaneously, as this process of dissolution goes on, one will start experiencing the inner bliss and love and that same-sightedness, yoga, getting over anger and perturbance, all this one will be able to feel in life. The attraction towards various worldly things, it is that will go down. The intensity of love and devotion will increase. This process goes on. And how long it may take? Well, who knows, It is written there that it is through such intense effort for absorption for a long time, spanning many births, the aspirant develops dispassion for everything. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said, therefore, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Ma Prapadyate, that as a result of intense practice for many, many births, the person becomes then full of knowledge and then gets united with me, Lord says. So it is, this process goes on, and then it is, we call many lives, It is, what is many lives? Don't get scared by that word. One has to have patience. Suppose Charlie starts walking from here to, say, San Francisco. It is not impossible that Peace Pilgrim walked all such things many times, So, suppose you start walking. Think of it that every step is one life. So, how many lives will you require to reach San Francisco? No, millions. Yeah. So it will require so many steps to get there. So, but you are getting there. With every step you are approaching that San Francisco. So you are from Providence, you will see you were in Providence, and then after some steps you are maybe still you are in Rhode Island, but you have gone beyond the limits of the city of Providence. Then you go beyond the state of Rhode Island, you continue in the direction west from here. Keep to the west, and then go on walking. You go through many, many states. And then you will see, there is this San Francisco. There will be a very difficult, you have to go over those mountain ranges. What are they called? Rockies, yeah. You have to go over the Rockies. All that will be done, So, But most important thing is patience. You might be already on the threshold of San Francisco. Who knows, how many lives you have already been practicing that brought you here, that brought you at this door of Sri Ramakrishna. So, who knows, it is, don't get perturbed. Let us keep on walking. Let us keep on with steadfast that, yes, one day I will reach. Why should I be worried about how much time it takes? As long as it takes. Depends on so many factors. Like our one volunteer used to say that I would say, tell me what time you are going to be here. I want some exact time. And then she would say, well, I will come around 3 o'clock. But then it would be 3:30 or 4, and there was such terrible traffic. There was an accident on the way. Well, you should think about these things, You tell a time you have to reach. Then she started giving answer. I will get there when I get there. So whatever the phrase may mean, but it is because don't worry about it. I will get there for finishing my work. It is, don't worry about that. Whatever time it takes, let it take. So a spiritual aspirant doesn't bother about it. How long it takes? As long as it takes. It is. So continue, steadfast practice. For long time one has to continue. And that is why there is this blank slide, to show that the path is like that. It goes on. It goes on. And then the grace start coming. You start feeling the vanishing of ego is the grace of God. You put in your efforts. And then you see, it is very similar to getting to San Francisco. You are putting in your efforts, but you get to San Francisco because there is San Francisco already, isn't it? Your walking has not created San Francisco. Remember, Charlie? It is, so that is the grace of God. That it is, you could go to San Francisco because San Francisco is there. It is, you didn't make it through your efforts. This is an analogy, friends. So, the God is there. It is beyond all your logic, how, why, and so forth. There is no how, why for that. How, why, when, all those things are related to our progress. That progress has to happen by our efforts, but there also it is because God is there, it is happening. It is, the efforts will be done because there is love. It is one important thing about love. If you have the love for God, that love will make you act to go towards God more and more, feel the presence of God more and more. So this is how it will happen in life, and then this grace of God shines forth. Then by inscrutable grace, that is why it is inscrutable and infinite. There is no measure to it. And then there is no this question, like many make this question, why God showers grace on my neighbor and not on me? Well, that is, you cannot, it is grace, And that is how the word grace means. That it is, I had told that incident in my college days, that it is that one, that professor, I was this feeling, I was getting F in one of my exams, and then, but he knew that I am as such a good student, and that day the experiments, it was practical examination, and then things happened there, so I could not do this experiment properly, and so I got, the results were wrong. So therefore he gave me grace marks to just enough to just pass it is. And then I got, but one gets greedy. So I asked him, see, just had you given me another 5 grace marks, I would have gotten into A grade, the A, I would have gotten A. Why did you just give me only 3 grace marks? You could give me 13 grace marks. And he said, hey, grace. Grace is not something that you can demand. Grace is, it is up to me to give, not to give, whatever it is. So the grace can never be demanded. It can be requested. That, oh Lord, shower grace on me. What we can do is to offer ourselves, as we do these prayers many times in that Swami Vivekananda's prayer to Sri Ramakrishna, that therefore I take refuge in you. Tasmat tvameva sharanam mama dina bandho. You are the friend of lowly, and I have nobody else to seek support from. You are my only source of refuge, so I take refuge in thee. So you can take refuge. One should take refuge in God. But one should not, why did you not shower grace on me? The grace is not something that you can legally demand. It is your right. It is not matter of grace. So the grace descends. One realizes the truth in this life itself. In this life itself, one realizes, where were they all so many lives? No. It was in, you started from Providence, all right. But then the one step brought you into San Francisco. So in that step, you realized it. In one step, you got into San Francisco. You realized it in one step. It is a mystery. Still, logically it is still a mystery. And they call it some paradox. That how can we move, It is a famous, very old time paradox in logic. That suppose our Prit wants to go 1 mile. He says, yeah, I walk every day 1 mile. You cannot, What do you mean I cannot? It is, see, if you want to go 1 mile, you have to go half mile. Oh, of course. If you want to go half mile, you have to go a quarter mile. Oh, yeah. And then you have to go 1/8 mile to go to a quarter mile. So like that, if you keep on dividing, whatever the smallest distance you have to go, you have to go half of that. So you will never reach anywhere if you go by that logic. It is fallacious, but that is how this logic is. That so you have no way to go. It is a funny paradox, you see, that it is, because even if you have to go, say, 1/10 of an inch, then you have to go 1/20th of it. How can you do that? So it is not possible. So the very fact that you are still going, that is an experience. Prithvish will say, well, I go 1 mile, that is my experience. So howsoever logic, you say stop it, he will say stop it. I don't have time to listen to all this hair splitting argument about it. I walked 10 miles, what do you mean? So it is, one can go, that is a mystery. Just our logic is very fragile, you see. So therefore, do not worry how, when. Yes, you are sure to reach, because God is the reality. It is, God is waiting for you to reach. That is how it is. So, and thus the bondage, because it never was, it is gone forever. So, this is how Kapila says that established in absolute certainty through enlightenment, the subtle body of such a yogi is destroyed at death, gone. Physical body, and then he never returns to the life of samsara again. O mother, in this advanced state of yoga, which has jnana, knowledge, and bhakti as its aim, the prospect of wonderful psychic powers and heavenly enjoyments comes to the aspirant. If he feels an attraction to them, he will be caught up in their enjoyment until his attraction for them is exhausted. Only when he has risen above all such attraction for powers and enjoyment will he reach my state. So that is how the progress is, and then that alone will save him. So we read through the 27th chapter today. Next time, by the grace of God, we will begin discussing the 28th chapter, where she is asking question about yoga. So let us chant the concluding chant, and then if you have questions, you may put forth them. Nigamakkalpatarurgalitam phalam shukamukhadamritadravasanयुtam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuruhu rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. O devotees, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any questions? Oh, Charlie, you have a question.
Yeah. A friend of mine applied for a job, and there's another person who applied for the job first. But if that person moves to California, my friend will get the job. So she knows I come here, so she said to pray for her. So I said, I'll pray that God does what's best for you and what's best for the other person. And I think she may be mad at me. Should I have just prayed that she gets the job?
No, you did the right thing. There is no guarantee, that whether somebody feels mad at you or not. Why you care? That you have good feelings for everyone. Now you did the right. If the job she has to get whatever God decides, that will happen. So it is her getting mad is also natural. Yeah, and so if she gets the job, she won't get mad, Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she will think that your prayer was right for her. Yeah. So, any other question? We shall conclude with the uh, closing chant. मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल कृष्ण कृष्ण बोल मुकुंद माधव गोविंद बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल केशव माधव हरि हरि बोल.